Hello everybody and welcome to podcast number 3 here at Vanguard League Racing. Today I'm joined by my fellow steward and Ferrari driver X-Gamer. X-Gamer, how are you?
Good, not bad.
Probably if you're good, but okay. We also are joined with the Haas of Topics. Topics, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good myself, thank you very much. And we're also joined by one of the commentators of the league, and that is Fletch. Fletch, how are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Well, it was quite an incidentful race. For us as stewards, I think there were around 20 incidents to have a view on. So it was a very exciting race, I think. First of all, to start with, Fletch, how was the race to see from commentary?
From the commentary kind of view, it was quite a mix-up, to be honest. A lot of the top drivers not finishing near the top, really.
Thank you.
Obviously, we had the Alpha win, and Cod Oliver, he did a good drive as well to come back from P15 after he crashed in Q1. So to comment on it was quite an eventful race.
Yeah, it was. We're gonna have a look at the race result, of course, before the penalties. The penalties will be there tonight. I think the podcast will be online earlier than the penalties. So, just as you said, the Alfa Romeo of Ryan Matey won the race. I think after your crash, of course, Topics, I think he totally dominated the race, and I didn't really see anyone else winning it, even with the late safety car towards the end.
Yeah, I'm not going to make no comment on that.
In P2 was myself. I finished 5.6 seconds behind Ryan. I had a good race. I had very good pace, starting from P2 as well. But I messed up with strategy. Not much to say on it. I had a very nice race. Not involved in too much, and I had a lot of overtakes. So I enjoyed the race, but I didn't really enjoy the P2. In P3 we have your teammate Topics. We have Matt G. He was 7.9 seconds later over the line than Ryan. I think he had quite a solid drive. Don't think he was involved in a lot of incidents either. So I think he did it quite well. Going on to P4. P4 was you, X-Gamer. How did you found it? It was going.
Yeah, it was not bad. In the first lap, a little spin with Equestrian Ryan. Falling back to P10, I think, and then coming back to P4, so that's not bad.
Yeah, good recovery drive of yourself. Then we have Mr. Shadow Britton, driver of the day, last time out in Austria, and he once again made up half the places he started. He started at P10, now finishing P5. If he starts the next time in P5, he's gonna end on the podium. So hopefully that will happen for him. Then in P6 we have SFR Sonic Hawk, who once again showed very good pace, and now he finished in the points after a non-point finish last time out. So he is showing that he can maybe be battling with Shadow Britton, and maybe even with you, X-Gamer. P7 was the Crumman, the Mercedes taking his first points of the season. Once again a solid drive of him, not too much happened to him. But already 18.2 seconds behind Ryan Matey, and he was only P7, so that really shows how much the advantage was of the guys in front if we continue towards the back. Then in P8 was Lewis. He took the first points for himself as well after crashing out in Austria. And in P9 was Cod Oliver, what you already said, Fletch. A very good recovery drive of him, starting in P15 after a crash in quali. So he'll be happy with a P9. And the last point finisher was Footy Dat, and that was 23 seconds after Ryan crossed the line. Then P11 was Team Nordschans for the second time in a row, not finishing in the points. And P12 was Yari Toyards, and he was the first one, the last one to DNF. Then we have Pro Oliver who DNF'd, Ryan Van Doom who DNF'd, my teammate HOR Punch who DNF'd. Then yourself Topics, you also had a DNF. Not you already said you're not gonna say too much on it, but you were looking very fast, starting pole position till that moment.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those races, to be
Mhm.
honest.
It's one of the races, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I did very well in qualifying.
Mhm.
Struggled to keep up with you because obviously you qualified provisional pole, and
Mhm.
it did take me 2 laps at the end of Q1 to actually beat you. But yeah, that was pretty difficult. And I thought as well, to be fair, when the race had started, that if I could break away like I did initially, I thought it might have been another like decent win. But obviously pitting in and going over hards and going round turn 2 and running a bit wide and keeping the power on all the way through turn 3 and just hitting the bump. Yeah, it was just a bit inevitable, really.
If I was to
Yeah.
compare like the domination you had, it would be sort of like Sebastian Vettel at Germany. Like he was dominating the race for quite a while, and then the wind just got away from him.
Yeah, you could compare it to that. To be fair,
So another race you will have to remember. Hopefully, Bahrain will go better for you. Because you also lost the championship lead now to Ryan Matey, just in front of your teammate Matt G. He finished on the podium for the second week in a row. So at the moment he is trying to do everything he can, and I'm sure you're gonna be there up again on Sunday. Going on to P17 was Cadwell with DNF, and P18 was Racing Porsche with DNF, and Christian Galin got disqualified. So that is the first disqualify of the season. I don't really remember for what he disqualified anymore. I think he didn't took his drive-through penalty. Fletch, do you still know why he got disqualified?
He never took a drive-through penalty, which I remember talking to Chain Game about. I was confused as to why. It would have told him that he had the drive-through penalty, so I'm not sure why he didn't take it.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, if you go 3 laps without taking a drive-through penalty, you'll be disqualified. So that won't happen again to him, I think. I think that's a once-in-a-lifetime mistake. But that's it for the result of Abu Dhabi. Don't know if anyone still want to say something about the race we had.
I'm not.
I think you've covered everything that happened.
Yeah, I think so. It was a very eventful race, but it was quite clean. Of course, there were a few incidents where we have a talk about me and X Game, and of course the two other stewards. Then we're going on to this track where we're seeing the drivers already driving on it. Bahrain, how are you feeling on Bahrain? Starting with topics.
You know what, mate? I actually feel really good at Bahrain because if you remember, my first race for SFR was actually at Bahrain, and I did actually cross the line in P1, but obviously with penalties put on top of that, I did still finish P3. But yeah, my confidence for this track is pretty good, pretty high. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna hear about the same of X Gamer, who I think
Yeah.
you two guys had quite a long fight in that race, didn't you?
Yes, 7 or 8 laps, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So hopefully we're gonna be seeing more of that with myself maybe in between you guys, but I don't think so because
No, stay away.
I really had a bad race and the last time I did Bahrain. I'm not really looking forward to it. Still think I need to find a good setup or something to change my pace a little bit, but we'll be seeing that. How do you find Bahrain to commentate on, Fletch?
It's probably one of the best tracks to commentate on because there's a lot of stuff happening. Obviously, you've got the DRS section pretty much straight out of turn 1 when you're 3 laps in. Turn 1 can cause problems with it being so tight to the right, you're almost on full steering lock. The acute left-hander, if you don't get that right, you could ruin your race and go into the wall. So, as a track, it's very interesting to commentate on, and it does bring some exciting racing.
Yeah, what is your favorite part of the track?
I'd probably have to say turn 1. It's so tight that when the race starts, it's gonna cause some exciting stuff. Some overtakes will happen. Hopefully, no crash. But if you get a good exit at turn 1, you could be pretty set to get a decent slipstream going into the second one.
Alright, so that's maybe a tip for you guys to use into the real race. And I don't think we really have much to add on that, except if X-Gamer or Topics want to say anything about this track still.
And mate, I've got nothing else to add to that, really.
Yeah, it's not a very long podcast this time, I think, but I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
And I think we had a good time, and hopefully we're gonna have a good practice session now for Bahrain. I want to thank you guys for watching this podcast. Of course, we'll be live on Sunday with Fletch. I don't know if Chain Game is gonna be there, and otherwise there will be someone else to host you guys. I am Sensei Martins, admin of the league. It was with Topics, X-Gamer, and Fletch. So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you next time out. See you later, guys, and have a good rest of your week.